I've known Barb Thomason for years. In fact, her mom and aunt were in our Bible study group, and I know some of her brothers, a sister, and cousins too. Isn't it funny how we know someone but don't know much at all at the same time? I didn't know where Barb lived until the Alberta walking tour. After seeing her yard and the neat things she has done with it, I called and asked if we could come and show our viewers, and she said yes. Thanks, Barb, for letting us come to visit.
I'm glad to have you.
How long have you lived here?
We've lived here for 49 years, so we've been here a while.
So what did the yard look like when you came?
It was bad news. It just hadn't been cared for. It was actually Glenn's grandparents' home. So when we purchased it, yes, there was a tremendous amount of work to do.
Do you use annuals, perennials, or both?
I use both. A lot of the perennials that really won't make winter, I store in my garage, and we keep our garage at 50 degrees and just water them every so often and put them back out in the spring to grow again.
Well, I noticed that you have some really pretty plants on the north side of your porch. And so what do you like to use there?
The shade plants, of course, because it really doesn't get anything but real early morning sun and a little bit of late afternoon sun. So the best thing I can find to put there is hostas. They're nice to have. I enjoy looking at them, and they're a little bit different color green. And then I have a couple baskets that are shade baskets that I keep year after year.
So the annuals, do you start those from seed or do you usually buy those?
I usually buy them. I don't have really good light in the garage. To me, I give them their business as well.
What are these pretty vines that are right here by us?
These are called Thunbergia. I plant these here every year. The orange one is more aggressive of the colors that I've used. And they'll go clear up around the roof if I don't cut them back. So they get very tall.
So this is an annual.
Yes.
And they've grown this much in 1 year?
Yep. This one got planted probably 2 weeks after these two because I thought I had 3 orange ones and I had a white one. So I moved the white one out, moved this one in, but it's catching up. It'll be there before long. I have the honeysuckle vine that windstorm took flat down to the ground, so I've been kind of nursing it back to health, and I think it's going to make it. Last year I wasn't so sure. It was pretty sparse, but this year it's much fuller. And I do have a few clematises that I think it got warm this year, and they kind of got to a certain height and started blooming. Whereas I think when it's maybe a little cooler, they get taller before they bloom. They were pretty. They still bloom nice.
Tell me about this area here and how it came to be.
Well, this started out as a dog kennel. We raised German Shorthairs for years. And when the last one was gone, sat for a couple years, and it just came to me, I was going to make it into my front porch. So I went around and collected whatever I could find and put it together as a front porch. That's a screen door back there that was in the garage for years because it was the wrong size, never used it. The window box was on the way to the garbage, and I salvaged that. The window came out of an old farmhouse that my brothers have. This bistro set here actually came from the state fairgrounds from years ago in my grandmother's old washing machine that thankfully I don't have to use. Little too much work for me. And then the ladder across the top that we put birdhouses on, and those vines will climb across there as well.
Barb, tell me the story of the chandelier. Most people don't have a chandelier in their yard.
The Thomasons, every year, we host a Thomason reunion here because this is where they grew up. And every year we do a white elephant sale. And this came there 1 year. And I had visions of putting it in our screen porch to start with. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized I didn't really want it there. So it ended up out here. It does have electricity, but not to it. It's not a working chandelier. When the sun glistens off all the little beads on there, it really glistens different colors. So it's really quite pretty in the evening when the sun hits it.
How many birdhouses do you have in your yard?
Somewhere in the neighborhood of between 20 and 25. They're just kind of sprinkled everywhere. They need a home too. The far one on the left, the one on the ladder, that one is actually made out of wood from my grandpa's granary that we put together and decided we wanted to put it up there. This one here just has a lot of old hardware on it. This here nut came from a flea market that we found it at, and the top does come off so you can clean it out. We do get wrens in there, and they're fun to listen to them sing. They have a pretty song.
I even thought I saw a wood duck nest when we were coming in here.
We have wood ducks in there every year, and we're
the
not
city.
real close to water, which is where they usually head.
What is the story behind the miracle stone?
Oh, well, I am a cancer survivor, and my brother is, and my sister-in-law. We've had a fair amount of it in our family. And when I got past my stages, our son made that for me. Kind of had it in the garden or in the house ever since. So it's kind of special to me.